intro, so I'm just going to start. Imagine having constant pain and aches, or always having to be a perfect person in the limelight. This is what athletes go through all the time. Hello, I'm Brooke Barlow, and today I will be persuading you on why we should allow collegiate and professional athletes to use medical marijuana. We all have a favorite player that we like to go watch and cheer on. And it's always devastating to see that player leave due to physical pain, injuries, or mental illnesses. Being an athlete myself, I know the struggle of having to go through constant pain and having the pressure from society to be that perfect person. My main points I will be talking to you today is how medical marijuana helps reduce physical pain, helps reduce anxiety, and helps reduce concussions. My first is how it reduces physical pain. Being an athlete causes a lot of pain due to excessive amount of practices and workouts, not to mention even when you get injured. According to the Journal of Health and Economics, marijuana recommendations are often sought for severe or chronic pain, and several reviews find the drug is effective medicine for the treatment of chronic pain. This is saying that this is a good alternative drug to use to lessen your pain quickly and a lot longer than rather than taking painkillers. But not even just people my age agree with this method. Such as famous athletes, especially from the NFL, have advocated for medical marijuana. For example, Eugene Monroe, a former NFL athlete, stated, "I have to manage it somehow. Managing it with pills was slowly killing me. Now I'm able to function and be extremely efficient by figuring out how to use different formulations of cannabis." Monroe, during his time playing, he was struggling with only having to take painkillers throughout his time. It wasn't very effective, and the pain kept on going. And his day-to-day use was just not productive. And now that he uses medical marijuana, his pain is very less painful, and his days are way more productive, especially as being an athlete. My next topic is how it reduces anxiety. As you can see on this chart, there was a survey for California residents and clinics who use medical marijuana. Out of 1,746 residents, 55.1% say they use medical marijuana to improve relaxation, which is in the purple. 37.8% say they use medical marijuana to relieve anxiety, which is in the medium blue. And then 16.9% say they use it to relieve panic attacks, which is in the teal. As you can see, medical marijuana is a good source to reduce anxiety, as it has, when you get high, has that calming effect. But not only do famous athletes or myself believe in this method, even Fresno State athletes believe in this. I interviewed a Fresno State athlete myself, and a name I'm not allowed to be given for personal reasons. She quoted to me, "I fully believe in allowing athletes to use medical marijuana. Being an athlete is a lot of pressure and stress on top of school, and these feelings are hard for some to cope with. Being an athlete, especially here, is very hard to having the pressure of having to represent the Valley, doing school, maintaining good grades, and having to be on top of practices. Even though many people can agree that medical marijuana is a good alternative, many people disagree due to the fact that it can causes health risks on athletes.
Drugs that they give you like Vicodin, if they prescribe a high amount dosage to you, you don't have any control over yourself, and you feel like you're out of body.
Washington University researchers found that former NFL players used opioids at a rate more than 4 times that of the normal population. They found that 71% of them misused the drugs at some point in time.
There is a broad movement to
As you can see in the video, studies have showed that when you're giving painkillers to many athletes, they tend to misuse the drugs, often leading to addiction or overdoses. Medical marijuana is a way to lessen that addiction or an overdose. My last topic is how medical marijuana reduces concussions. Concussions are known as one of the top injuries in sports. A concussion is when you get hit in the head pretty hard. It causes head trauma and brain trauma. According to Keystone News, the Cerebral Cortex Journal published a study with mice that marijuana lessens bruising of pain and help with healing mechanisms after injuries. If you smoke medical marijuana during that time and you end up getting a concussion, it helps the swelling from the brain lessen and having the pain from the concussion be less painful during that time. As I talk to you today is why we should allow collegiate and professional athletes to use medical marijuana. My main points were how medical marijuana reduces physical pain, reduces anxiety, and reduces concussions. Remember, when you want your favorite player or your favorite team to strive in the sport they play, to help advocate for the use of medical marijuana for athletes. Thank you.